Yo, sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. What a shock that I would hit the wrong button. And as usual, I'm not even ready because this is a last second live stream. And if you know one thing by now, I am never ready for last second live streams. That's why they're last second live streams. So here we are, doing my best here to kind of get functional and get ready to go. This is an official AD 2026 stream, which means David will be joining me here shortly. We are, as of the moment, less than 60 backers from 400 on Barbaric Adventures. And you guys know, when we get to 400, we will be doing another art raffle. So that should be incentive enough. A chance to win free artwork should be incentive enough to back this campaign if you haven't done it so far, or if you haven't done it yet, or to let other people go, hey, man, get in there and back so we can get some more free artwork. So anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later into this show, and we have a few more people wander in. So I'm not just preaching to the choir, that maybe we'll get a few new viewers in here today that can sell my wares to. People are rolling in right now. So right now we've got Creative Faye. She's always here. Pantheon's joining us. Leg Kick. Now Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is always here. From way back in the day, Leg Kick was here because he was always here. And then there was a period of time where he was here because he was almost always here. But now he's back to being here all the time. So therefore, we go back to the Leg Kick is always here saying. Nothing But Milk is joining us. JP Roca. Is this one of those things that would be like on a license plate? It would be Stephen Heather, something like that, maybe. Maybe. Thanks for joining us, by the way. Matthew Muma is joining us. Justin, oh my gosh, here we go again. Justin RV1RP. Okay, next raffle. Raffle number is 118. Okay, I'm going to mark that down. Snozhead's joining us. John without an H says, "What's up, gang?" Daryl Wayne. Wait a minute. Shouldn't that be Daryl T. Wayne? I don't know. Steve and Heather. I get it. See, I was close. I was really close. But we'll call you Torch Bearer Studios because that's on your little thing right there, your little icon there. All right. So if you've been tuning in for these, and I know it's hard because I don't announce them, we just do them. And if you happen to be around your computer and you hear the beep, say, "Oh, Aaron has a show." So you may or may not have seen this. I just had it. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. I am sharing something. Bear with me here a second. There it is. Boing. Okay, so that was the last piece that oh, here he is. It's David Williams, everybody. Yay.
What's that?
Did you see the finished piece?
Yes, I did.
There it is.
It's lovely.
And you know what?
Huh.
I put this on the campaign page. 5 minutes later, it was gone.
Damn.
Just like that.
That's awesome.
So we're going to keep doing stuff like this. I'm going to keep throwing it up on the campaign page as a fundraiser because that's what I'm trying to do is raise funds. So anyway, that's how this piece turned out with the ink wash and everything. So we'll see what we come up with today. I'm going to pencil something. I'm not 100% sure right now, although I've kind of got an idea. We shall see how it all plays out. But anyway, there's that. Okay. Oh, man, I was playing with the grandkids today. I'm telling you, you lift the kids up because you think you're strong and you're young. And then you get home and you're like, why does my back and my neck hurt so bad?
Yeah.
Kids are getting heavier and I'm getting weaker. So
it's like when you think you could run around and play chase with your grandkid or anything like that. Is even when they're like toddlers and they're just crawling on the floor and you're trying to crawl with them, you can feel it in your body. You're like, oh,
this ain't for me anymore.
Yeah.
Iodine 74 says, are these pieces also going into the book at the end? See, you are a clever guy, Iodine. You better believe it. So all the pieces that I'm doing on these live streams are going to end up in the Barbaric sketchbook. So if you can't get the original, you'll be able to get a reproduction of it. Although I've got a ton of stuff, but I'm like, I'm one of those guys that like, and it's so dumb because if you do a sketchbook, for example, right? Say I did a sketchbook 10 years ago and it had some art in it and I sold 300 or 400 copies of it, right? And then, 10 years later, you're like, oh, I don't want to reuse any of those sketches. Hardly anybody's seen them, but it doesn't register that way with you. I'm always like, oh, I got to create new art. I got to create new art for this. And so that's what I'm doing. I don't reuse artwork for trading cards. I create new artwork for trading cards. And it's just how I am, man. I'm an artist. I'm an artist with deep artistic integrity. That's what I am.
Is that what you call it?
Well, that's what I call it. Yes. You, on the other hand, may have different feelings about it. All right. Getting my blue pencil sharpened up here.
What are you drawing today?
Well, it's going to involve a chick. I can tell you that.
Is that the only thing that sells?
Apparently, well, it's the only thing that sells immediately.
Within 5 minutes.
Within 5 minutes. That's exactly right. So,
I'll draw your girl too. What's her name?
Celia. Selya.
Okay.
So, but I was gonna go pure dinosaur today, but I thought, well, maybe I should work a girl in there too. So Although now I've just got a different idea for something. Kind of inspired by the original King Kong. You saw that print by, I'm going to switch cameras here. You saw that print, David, by Arthur Adams, where Kong's fighting that T-Rex.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, I've got it too. And there's that kind of girl down there at the bottom, like hiding behind the log.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gets lost down there.
Yeah.
That's literally a scene from the original King Kong.
Really?
Yeah, and I was watching the movie because we did it on the landing party. We reviewed it on the landing party last week, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's what Art Adams based that print on. Was this scene right here?"
Huh.
Creative Face says Celia sounds like one of Gary's hose names.
Jeez.
Hey, you started all that, so
I didn't go that far.
I found a picture, like when I had hair, and Gary's in it, Rick Leonardi, Dan Brereton, and Norm Brayfogle. How about that?
Wow.
I think I'm going to save it for Graybeards. I'll show it on Graybeards.
Yeah, do that.
All right. So anyway, I may rip off. Well, I guess if Art Adams was doing a piece for a King Kong piece that was kind of based on the movie, then I can't really be ripping him off. I'm doing something similar, right?
Yeah.
We're using the same inspiration. Although I'm not going to draw King Kong in this, because he doesn't. He's actually not in the magazine. So
if I draw her and her hair is not blowing in the wind, would it still be the character?
well, yeah. I mean, because you could be drawing her on a very calm day.
Oh, okay.
You know, there are days in the jungle where, you know, there's no wind swirling or anything like that. So
Gotcha.
I think that you're totally fine in doing that. I wonder if I really even need to like full dinosaur reference, if I can just kind of make up my own, you know, versions of dinosaurs. Seems like that should be okay. I mean, they did that on Peter Jackson's King Kong movie.
Yeah.
Like they, you know, like I got them up my wall right now. Like the V-Rex, they called it the V-Rex. So I don't, you know. So it's like, why I can, you know, do my own thing.
I think it's a girl and it's the Cardi B Rex.
So what it is. So I'll just kind of I'm gonna go T-Rex from memory here, even though I've got so many dinosaurs in my my studio. I can barely I always have to do is lift my eyes up and I can see one. So the worst thing is when you get like a little piece of like eraser stubble or something underneath your paper.
Yeah.
And you draw over it. It feels like there's a stone under there. Yeah, let's try this again. As I get for doing my all my erasing on this table. So I probably asked you this before, but do you have Tubi?
Yes. I don't watch it, but yes.
Oh man, you're missing out. Last night I watched The Monster That Challenged the World.
What is that?
Well, it was like this kind of a like an underwater centipede type thing, but it was this giant like worm like thing, but had mandibles and big old bug eyes. It actually was pretty good for like a late 50s sci-fi movie, and the creature was anyway, and they showed it quite a bit, so they obviously were very pleased with it and wanted to show it off. So it wasn't like one of those movies where it only appears for like a couple minutes because everybody knows it's so horrible looking you don't want to embarrass yourself by showing it too much. It was actually pretty good, killed a lot of people, and I actually found myself sort of engaged in, interested in watching it, which a lot of those times I turn those old crappy sci-fi horror films on and I just start fast forwarding till the monster shows up, and then I end up watching about 5 minutes of it. But it actually wasn't half bad. So there you go. The monster that challenged the world. So.
Give me a spoiler. Does it win?
No, it challenged the world but lost.
Okay.
So
I want to see one where the monster wins.
That's Godzilla, isn't it?
No, because it was saving people. It wasn't going really up against people.
Well, no, wait a minute. In the original, with Raymond Burr, what happened to it at the end? I can't remember.
Raymond Burr made sweet love to Godzilla.
So
I guess he did win.
Right. he made sweet gay love to the.
And that's how Godzuki came to be.
Oh my gosh! There it is, folks. You heard it here. Good old Raymond Burr. Who would have known that he was of that persuasion? But
yeah,
there it goes. Hollywood for you. I think
they used to make. I mean, the inference that Godzilla was a girl because there's Godzuki and all that. So.
Oh, that's right. Because Godzilla would have to give birth, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that is. I never thought of that until you just mentioned it.
But I don't think it is because they don't call her Goddess Zilla.
Well, would they though? I mean, I don't know enough about the Japanese language. Like,
no, they would.
I'm not a manga guy like you are, so you'd have to fill me in on that.
It's not manga.
Yeah, but it's Japanese culture. I figure you pick up.
It's slanty eye entertainment. So yeah. You guys have that round eye guilo entertainment. Sheesh. That's what he meant to say.
Okay. Now, I believe it's true, and I can't verify this because I can't remember. But dang it, that sucks. I'm flipping this over.
Already?
Yeah, I just didn't. So Raymond Burr was added to that movie so it could be released in the United States.
Yeah.
So he wasn't even really in the original Japanese version of King Kong, which was Godzilla, which was 1954, 53, something like that, 51, somewhere in that neighborhood. And because if you remember, he was like in that entire movie, he was like in a room, like a building looking down over the city and kind of commenting on everything that was going on or whatever. So yeah, he was never actually in that movie until they just filmed it for American release.
So you're just trying to ruin my fantasy that Raymond Burr made sweet love to Godzilla.
I'm telling you, I don't think it actually is in the. Well, not in the original version, but maybe the David Williams version.
Yeah.
With the director's cut. Okay, there we go. You got to look at the thing with the T-Rex or any of these dinosaurs. You got to get head right. And the thing is, it's the same thing with when you're drawing humans. You get the face right, you're going to have a successful drawing. If you don't, it's going to suck.
Yeah.
And so I had to get that dinosaur head right, and I think I got it now. So.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
I
did something I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
I went when I went to go send you your package.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, there's a McDonald's right there."
That's almost like soul food. I can eat that and take a nap.
That's right.
Well, hang on a second. Let's see what Golem Wolf is sending us some money here. Let me, and then I'm going to find out what you ate. Golem Wolf for 10. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. He says, I passed a major industry exam this past Friday. My mom texted, he passed, to a bunch of people. Someone she texted on accident replied, who died? God bless you both. Can't wait for my big barbaric box. Thank you, Golem Wolf, and congratulations on your exam.
That doesn't even sound right.
Yeah, it doesn't. But he passed a major industry exam, so that means either he's on his way to getting a really good job or he's on his way to getting a raise at an already good job. So there you go.
Awesome.
Hey, there's Marcus Killigrews here, purveyor of all thing pop culture knowledge. Art of Roy says Godzuki is a butt baby. I hope not. Stat Zero. Good afternoon, Aaron, David, and Chad. Thanks for joining us, sir. Okay. All right. So you're actually drawing right now, but you're just not sharing?
I'm looking up some reference.
Okay.
I'm not a dinosaur out of my head guy.
It's dinosaurs are an interesting thing. It's like anything else. If you start drawing them enough, like I used to draw them all the time, then I could do, someone go, hey, draw a T-Rex at a con, and I would be able to do a really nice one. But I've been out of practice for a while, so now I'm kind of getting back into that, reclaiming the how to draw a dinosaur.
Gotcha. Ay.
Now, I want to remind everybody, if you're just getting here, I said this, I think I said it just before David showed up. Maybe it was just after he showed up. I don't know. But we are less than 60 backers away from 400, which then is more free artwork being raffled off. So if you are yet to back Barbaric Adventures, you'll find a link in the description of this video, as well as it being pinned to the top of the chat. And we'll go over the campaign in a little bit. So if you're sitting there going, what is Barbaric Adventures? What are you talking about? We'll take a look at it shortly. But I got to get this dino blue lined right now. It's very challenging because if you make their snout too long, it doesn't look right. If you make it too short, it doesn't look right. So you kind of got to get that sweet spot there. What movie did I just see that? It was like a newer. It was Jurassic World Dominion, which, not a great movie, but it has cool dinosaurs, and they finally got some Dimetrodons in there, which are the, if you don't know, they have the fin backs, short-legged fin back dinosaurs, and that was my favorite as a kid. And so I got to see some in Jurassic World Dominion. Freakingly epic long. Oh my gosh, it was almost 3 hours long, and it was like they had put two separate movies and then kind of combined them, because you had Chris Pratt with Ron Howard's daughter, who I think is smoking hot, and then they had the original cast, like Laura Dern and what's his face and Jeff Goldblum, and so they kind of finally intersected at the end, which was, I guess, kind of cool if you're into that, which I was a little bit. I was kind of, that's kind of cool. But it was, talk about bloated. Christmas.
Did they have those lesbian dinosaurs?
They haven't put that in yet. Was that? I think you're joking, but I'm afraid you're not. Is there something in the newer one?
The Licchiosaurus?
No, they didn't have those in there. At least that not that I noticed. And I also saw the latest one where, what's her face? Black Widow. We are getting bad at names, man.
Yeah, I told you. My memory is gone.
Anyway, yeah, Black Widow. And her as a soldier of fortune, I was like, oh my gosh. It took me out of the movie at like just the second it started. Like, you're hiring her to be like a it was just, I was like, come on, man. I had a Joe Biden moment. I was just like, come on, man. And as much as I love her, and I'll watch pretty much anything she's in, but I was just like, it was like she was the soldier of fortune, and then they had some kind of, I don't know, good-looking but nerdy guy that was like the paleontologist that went with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really get into a romance, but they're kind of hinting a little bit here and there that maybe it was heading that direction.
Mm-hmm.
I kept thinking, why isn't she the paleontologist, and why isn't he the soldier of fortune? Because then I would have believed it, Yeah. But no.
That's the new trend.
I know. Wimpy guy and a tough chick. That's
we don't need no man.
That's right. Well, they don't think they do. Then they had this extra family that was in there. It was like this guy was apparently divorced, and he was with his two daughters and her daughter's boyfriend, who was like this total loser kind of guy. And so they're out boating in an area where mosasaurs just might be. So I'm like, okay, that's dangerous. Why are you doing that? And then, so they ended up on this island with these other Scarlett Johansson and crew, and they got split up. So they were like two separate stories, like the other movie. And you're kind of like, do we even need these people in this film? And it was just, I don't know. I mean, again, though, if you just, like, I watch those movies for the dinosaur action.
Yeah.
But there's no other reason to watch those movies. They've made like 8 of those or something. It's ridiculous how many of those Jurassic Park movies have been made.
I mean, that's all they're thinking. They said, can we get them one more time?
That's right. Can we get Aaron to spend money one more time?
And they say, "Yep, got you, bitch."
No, I was on Netflix, so I already had Netflix, so I was like, all right, I'll watch it. And after my son just gave it just a horrible review, I was like, yeah, but Scarlett Johansson's in it. How bad can it be? And,
so you didn't take your son's advice?
well, I watched it anyway, so I guess I didn't take his advice. But I mean, he liked the first J.J. Abrams Star Wars movie. He's like, Dad, you got to see this. It's so cool. And then I went and saw it with him, and I go, did we just watch the same movie? Because this sucks.
Hey, I saw it too, and I didn't hate it. You know why? Because I thought Star Trek sucks.
Wait a minute. What Star Trek are we talking about when you say Star Trek sucks? Are you talking
I'm talking about in general.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Okay. No, that's, whatever. That's how you're gonna be. I guess that's how you're gonna be. I think I made his neck. No, I think he made his neck too long. I did make his neck too long. Gosh darn it. See, I'm out of practice. And I've got to get this, I gotta get it right, bro. That's what I want right there. See, I'm getting it. I'm figuring it out. See, I watched those Frank Cho videos, and he just like, of course, he draws dinosaurs way more than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just got it down.
Out of Arthur Adams or Frank Cho, whose dinosaurs do you like best?
Oh, boy.
Oh, wait. I'll put William Stott in there, too. Oh, wait. I'll put Mark Schultz in there too.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go Schultz.
Wow.
I think
why?
Because of his inking.
Oh, okay.
He always Frank's the same way. Arthur has a little bit of his own sort of style in there.
Yeah.
So his dinosaurs are not necessarily always right on script, but they have that Arthur Adams kind of coolness to them.
Yeah.
Now, Frank's are always right on script, and so are Schultz's, but Schultz just has that finishing technique that is awesome. Where Frank's inking is very nice, but it's super clean,
Yeah.
And I like the texturing I get with Schultz's work.
Gotcha.
He does with his inking. And Bill Stout does a good job too, but I am a much bigger fan of Schultz's inking than I am of Frank's or Bill's inking.
Wow.
And, Bill, if you're watching, we've been friends for a long time. And I just like that more sort of Frazetta look to this stuff. What would you call it? I guess Mark is more of he's kind of got this, he has a little bit of Frazetta, he's got a little bit of Wally Wood, he got a lot of his own in there, obviously. But I just kind of, it's more, dare I say, old school.
Mm-hmm.
More illustrative in that sense, classically illustrated, or at least what we would consider classic comic illustration or something. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but so yeah, Stout would be, or pardon me, Schultz would be my number one dinosaur guy.
Wow.
Now, of course, there's shows.
I see the numbers on our show is going down. Damn, you have to say that.
Oh, it's.
I think Schultz is in the audience. No, I mean Arthur Adams and Stout were in the audience.
That's right. Not anymore.
Yep, they're gone.
Frank has the big busted thunder thigh chick down though.
Yes, he does.
So, Stephen and Heather says Brett Booth is a dinosaur powerhouse. He often gets overlooked.
Brett Booth.
Trying to think if I've seen any of his. I see his superhero stuff all the time.
I mean, not in comparison to those guys. Come on.
You know who rolls with those guys is
Spit it out.
oh, dang it, I can't think of his name now. He does all the he does all the pencil drawings.
Dang it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Might be Kevin. Nope, it's Spam.
Bam. Louis LaRosa. There it is. Thank you. I knew I had the Luz going. I couldn't put it down. Louis LaRosa does really great dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah. I should have threw him in there. Doggone it.
I mean,
yes.
he does photorealistic dinosaurs, and he's got no photos to work from.
Now who's calling? Spam. Sorry. I bet you'll call right back.
All right. So now I'm going to draw just a little tiny girl down here hiding behind this tree stump. I can't have, here's the thing. I can't really have her hair flowing in the wind because the dinosaur would see it. So I have to keep it down below the tree line. So this may be my first drawing of Celia without her hair flowing in the wind.
Then it's wrong.
I'll tell you the easiest.
You're drawing your own character room.
I know. Cheating a little bit here. It's funny how easy I draw female anatomy because I do it so much. Sitting there fighting with a dinosaur, but the girl is just like 5 seconds, bam, done. I uncovered some old photos. I think I'll save them for graybeards. Like, even if some like this, I got this watercolor painting I did back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
John Carter of Mars and Deja Thoris.
Oh, look at you.
And back in the day when we couldn't scan them because we didn't have those things.
Yeah.
So I would go and get what we used to call transparency shot.
Mm-hmm.
So basically like big, 2x3 or 3x4 inch slides.
I don't have hardly any drawings of mine when I was young or a kid or before comics.
I can't even really see it.
The ones that have the most of that is my aunt on my dad's side and an old friend from grade school that I just recently got acquainted back with and stuff like that. And threatened his life if he ever shows them again.
I have such an enormous box full of my.
I was like, enormous box. Ew.
What the? No, the of my artwork from when I was younger, all the way up through high school, and because I saved it all because I was so. So I remember when Wrightson's A Look Back came out, and I was like, someday I'm going to do my book about me. And so I saved everything I ever drew because at some point I'm going to need this when they do the Art of Aaron. Hasn't really happened, but I've still got all the artwork though. I'm still waiting for that phone call where they're like, hey, we want to do your retrospect of your career. Really? Just so happens I've got stuff from when I was 5 years old all the way up to now. Man, if she's down here on the ground like this, I can't even have her like her loincloth blowing in the wind.
Why is that?
Because she's sitting on the ground.
Oh, I got you. You could do it. It'll just look like she's breaking wind. And I'm like, I knew it.
Let's see. Yeah, Golem Wolf. This may be my favorite Louis LaRosa drawing. It says there's an amazing drawing LaRosa did of a girl aiming a bow at a dinosaur that is mind-blowing. Yeah, she's like riding the back of another dinosaur, turning away from us to shoot this T-Rex that's coming after her. And the figure work on the girl is freaking phenomenal, but the dinosaurs are just crazy.
I mean, he does stuff that you go, there's no way you had photo reference for this, but it looks so real.
Right. That's exactly it. It's like there's no way he could photo reference this, and yet that's what it looks like. So, yeah. You're doing your figure work. Do you draw the head first, or you just kind of knock it all out at the same time?
No, I do the head first. I mean, that's the anchor to everything.
I agree. And but like I just did here, I had to erase the head because I didn't like the position. And so now I'm trying to attach a head to an already existing body, and it never is as smooth as it is if you draw the head first. All right, I've got it going now. Got it going on now.
Wait, is she what color hair does she have?
Red.
Oh, okay.
Dude's blonde and she's a redhead. My daughter gets so offended because she's a brunette. And of course, my wife is, and I used to be until I lost it all. But because I never, hardly ever, when I do like color work, ever make anybody's hair brown. And I have to tell her, I go, because it's not as interesting looking. Oh, thanks a lot, Dad. I have brown hair.
They take it personal.
Yeah, he does though.
Sorry, you're just not that interesting. Go away.
Yeah. Red and yellow, those are much more interesting colors than brown.
The hint is, daughter, go dye your hair.
Yeah,
It'd
exactly.
be interesting to somebody.
That's right. Oh my gosh. It's true though.
You know what's not interesting to me? This conversation.
Yeah, that's right. Go bug somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work here.
You know, I did not raise you to be a liberal. Don't bother somebody else.
Here. See, this is on the verge of being really nice again. I got something going on here. Actually, from what I can see of yours, I really like what you're doing. In fact, now I'm like, oh, am I going to have to buy that from David now?
This is just the rough. We'll come back another day to do finals and blah, 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 blah.
Now, are you putting any like dinosaur thread in there at all?
Yeah,
or?
that's what I was wanted to figure out. You know, I was either going to put a dinosaur with his mouth wide open, you know what I mean, like chasing it, or do a pterodactyl like what I saw you doing. And just, you know, that'll be
Flying in behind her.
Yeah, just about to get snatched up.
I love it. All right. So I got this figured out. It's all blued. You know, I typed in. My daughter's more anti-AI than I am.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I will use like little AI drawings for promo cards or whatever for our YouTube channel, whatever you call those things, frontispieces or whatever. And she saw one. She's like, "How could you be using AI?" You know, and just getting on my case about it. And, I said because it took me 10 seconds, and I had to do a new drawing. But I typed in for the little image that's behind us on the screen. I typed in Frazetta style redheaded cave girl with a spear fighting a Jurassic Park style T-Rex in the jungle. And it comes up with this. But it's funny because it looks more like a Boris painting than it does a Frazetta painting. So apparently AI don't know the diff. And she didn't have like a big old booty either. So like, okay. Did you just totally miss the whole Frazetta part? So now I'm criticizing AI for not being good enough.
Ay. Okay.
Let's see. Now, wait a minute, guys. I'm getting a little bit of blowback for not reading the chat. Well, we're both drawing. That's why Gary's on Graybeards, is so he can read the chat while we're drawing. This is just a draw stream hangout sort of environment. So it really impresses upon you guys to send me money, because then I'll actually see your chat. Stealth wants to know, are you guys going to be on Kings tonight? I don't know if I am or not, because I've been babysitting all day. Now I'm doing this, and I need to actually work on my page. I might drop in. I can't say, though, for sure.
I'm no king.
There you go. All right. We've got enough people that I can take a commercial break here and promote the campaign, because gosh darn it, that's why we're doing this anyway, to be honest with you. So what we're promoting is Barbaric Adventures, which is, as you can see there, we're at 342. Is that updated? Let me make sure that's updated. 342 backers. That means we are 58 backers away, David. 58 away from raffling off original artwork.
Wow.
That, and we just last week we just raffled off that Conan piece that I did, and could we get in a week get another 100 backers? That would be amazing. So we're knocking on the door, guys. 58 isn't that many. So anyway, what is Barbaric Adventures? It's a 64-page square-bound magazine format. That means it's 8.5 by 11. It's black and white, but with tonal rendering. And quite frankly, it's busting at the seams with action. There's 3 main stories in this book. One is called Primal Zone. That is my story, and that is kind of what David and I are both drawing today. It was related to Primal Zone. Kind of an Edgar Rice Burroughs type thing of a soldier of fortune who's hired to go through an interdimensional portal to find a missing man that disappeared 20 years earlier. And he encounters an interdimensional world of dinosaurs and cavemen and some cave babes in there as well. So if any of those elements are things you are remotely interested in, I really think you will dig this. David's going to be providing a story of a young medieval knight who battles a horde of demons in a quest to become a true warrior. And finally, Dan Lawless takes on a futuristic Mars, where high-tech society has fallen into savage chaos. One man leads a rebellion against the powers that have seized control. So it's a high-tech, barbaric combo adventure story that I think looks really, really cool, and I think you'll dig it. I also am going to have a short preview story of Freya, the Ice Princess from the Ice Kingdom, who fights Yetis. That's about as Savage Talesy as you can get. Go ahead.
I said,
Okay. Gary Martin is contributing. This has really become a Graybeard's project. That wasn't the intent at the very beginning, but Gary's providing the coveted inside front cover pinup for this book that got to be known famously through Savage Tales. Creepy and Eerie magazine would always have an inside front cover pinup, and so Gary Martin will be producing that. You have 4 cover options. This is cover A. This is my painted cover featuring my characters from Primal Zone. This is David's painted cover featuring his characters. This is Dan Lawless's digitally painted cover featuring his hero and his Mars Madness story, as it is entitled. Then, of course, we roped in Joe Jusko to do a contributing cover, our special guest artist cover, if you will, featuring Freya, the Ice Princess, and Yeti Slayer, having slain a Yeti right there on the cover. This is good stuff, folks. Here's some of the interior pages that I have done so far for Primal Zone. So you can see all inked and ink washed with this really decorative jungly border. This is the last page that I finished, or most recent page, not the last page, but it's the most recent page I finished. Got another one on the board right now. So you can kind of see how it's all going to look with inked and then with the ink wash on there. It's kind of next level sort of black and white artwork. So I'm really, quite frankly, very pleased with myself. So I think you guys you should back this, because I think it's going to end up being the best single story I've ever done in my life. So, and there's a page by Dangerous Dan Lawless, Dan Double D Lawless, some people call him. We'll get some stuff from David here shortly to put up on here. Check out this portfolio. This is a 4-print signed portfolio with an illustrated envelope. You can only get this portfolio in the Barbaric Big Box, which we'll get to in a minute. It's not available as an add-on. You have to buy the Barbaric Big Box or the Big Barbaric Box. It's one of those 3, BBB. This cover I'm going to start working on this week. So I'm going to take down the painting that's behind me in all of my streams and start working on this one. And that one will be behind me as it evolves. And this cover is only available in the Big Barbaric Box as well. You can't add it on. You can't get it any other way. So it'll be a very small print run. This is the sketchbook, the Barbaric Adventures sketchbook. All the stuff that I'm producing on these AD 2026 draw streams are going to end up in this book, along with a lot of other stuff too. So it's 8.5 by 11, 32 pages. You want to make sure you get that. Snow Hunt is a limited edition print. it'll only be available on this campaign. So once this thing closes down, it's not going to be available in my store unless there's a few, couple copies left over. But I'm pretty much going to print this to order. I always overprint a little bit in case there's damage, but that's what's going on with this. That'll be signed by me as well. You can get a laser etched shot glass. Barbaric Adventures will be laser etched. This logo laser etched into a shot glass to go with the 4 previous shot glasses we've done. That would be Wraith of God, Garbage Man, Kit Carter, and the Nightclub. All have their own shot glass now. Barbaric Adventures will as well. There's original art for sale. Unfortunately, that's already sold, but there's a few pieces here. Some of the pages from the story, my cover, they're still available. And this piece, when I get it done, will be put up on here as well, because it's all about funding the campaign, folks. And so I will do whatever it takes. So you scroll down, and you can see all your rewards you can order. There's the 4-pack plus that I have pinned over on the right-hand side. That's all 4 covers plus the sketchbook. You can get the shot glass, of course. You can get just an individual cover if you want. A, C, D, and B, they're available. You can get combo packs, the my cover with the sketchbook for $40. That's a $5 savings. You can get my cover with the sketchbook and the limited edition print. That's a $5 savings, $55, normally $60. Or you can go big and get the big Barbaric box, which is $185, but it's a $210 value. So you're saving $25. That means you get that extra cover for free. It's only available in the big Barbaric box. And you also get that 4-print portfolio set along with all the other 4 covers, shot glass, the sketchbook, and the Snow Hunt print. You keep on scrolling. This will take you through the original artwork that's still available until you get down to the add-ons at the end, where you can buffet style your own order. You can order whatever reward you want, and you can add on whatever you want. And so you have the sketchbook, the shot glass, the print, saved from the trash, which is an older sketchbook of mine, but a very good one. I still have copies of that available. Wraith of God 1, 2, and 3, Kit Carter, the graphic novel, Garbage Man trade paperback, Power Cube trade paperback, all 4 covers plus the Kit Carter sketchbook are available as add-ons through this campaign. So there you go, folks. That is what we're hustling. And I hope that you will consider backing if you haven't done so already. You'll find a link in the description of this video. It's also, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. And if you're watching on X, you can go to Indiegogo, type in my name or Barbaric Adventures, and it'll take you right to the campaign. Thank you for your attention to this matter. David's on the phone.
I hate this phone.
You were on the phone? You're on the phone.
Hold on.
All right. Apex Comics. Aaron, is the shot class included? Yes, it is. Everything in the campaign is included in the big Barbaric box, plus the 2 extra items. So, yes, you will get a shot glass in the big Barbaric box. Let me see here. Marcus Killigrew, of course, being the perv that he is, says that cover should be a toppers chick in a thong instead of a guy in shorts. Well, it is what it is. It's actually based on being more like a Doc Savage type cover. I may do probably going to put this on Kickstarter as well down the road, and I may do a Celia cover for that. So we shall see.
I'm back. Sorry.
That's fine. Okay. There's Kino Reviews, but now it says Reviews Kino. Didn't you used to be Kino Reviews? Reviews Kino? I think you did. You're switching things up on me, man. Matthew Mumot says, I wish I wasn't at work so I could draw right now with you guys. That's the fun, man. Okay. How have we been going here? We've been going an hour. That's generally... As you can see, I've got my blue line here, which is pretty much a finished pencil. I'm going to go in and tighten it up a little bit. Are you done for the day, David?
No, I'm still tinkering. You want to be done?
No, I just wanted to see it.
Oh. Gotcha. In due time, my friend. In due time.
All right. Okay. And I'm going to go about 20 more minutes because I want to get this face on her. I've just got a round oval there is the only thing I've got, so I might got to get her face. And you sound like you're carving something out of wood.
Yeah. Just drawing somewhere else.
Okay, so I have her hair flowing here, but it's not like, it's kind of controlled by gravity here as opposed to before where it's just sort of is flowing up in the air. So I still am getting some flow in her hair, but
oh, my camera's not on?
no.
My bad.
That's what I said. I wanted to see what you were working on.
Sorry.
There it is. That's a great figure right there. See, David can draw women. Actually, he did that great Red Sonja piece that Kelsey colored.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Kelsey saved me a lot.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but he did a nice job coloring them, though. This has been, I mean, I have to admit, this is maybe my favorite campaign, just subject matter wise. And doing all these drawings, it's like, this is the kind of stuff I love to draw. Like I sit around at night and draw this kind of stuff just for fun. And now I get to do it on the, as you know, as promotion for the campaign. So it's like a great excuse to draw stuff I love to draw. Get my Frazetta going here. I wonder how many more years we've got until people don't even know who Frazetta is anymore or care.
Well, when we die, it's gone.
Probably. That's sad to say, but it's true. If you look at some like great illustrators of the golden era, like Albert Dorn, right? Nobody knows who Albert Dorn is. He's freaking awesome. You know, I mean, probably a lot of people in our chat know who he is, but just, you know, in general, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume people still know Norman Rockwell, I would hope.
Yeah.
But
not like these modern artists. It's all about the new. Everything new.
Yeah.
But they don't realize, if they don't know who Norman Rockwell is, it's new to them right then.
Yeah. I just wonder if, you know, I mean, I guess like there's certain people that have, certain artists that have transcended time and history, you know, like Michelangelo and Rembrandt, people like that. But I wonder if modern, especially fantasy art, although there's always going to be a place for fantasy art, don't you think?
Could you imagine giving a kid of today a phone from the 70s? They're like, what do we do?
What is this thing? Why is there a cord attached to this thing? I don't know how this works.
Can you get Google on this? You could call them.
If you have a phone book, you can find out what their number is. Yeah, I hope technology doesn't just bury all this stuff. And we end up in a world like, you know, Pixar's WALL-E. We're just a bunch of slobs gliding around in little chairs and having robots do everything for us, and we never do anything.
Oh, gosh.
Makes you wonder if people are, and by people I mean the younger generations of people, are just have no incentive to do anything. You know, they get to a point where they expect everything to be done for them.
Yes, that's where technology is taking them.
And you don't get any enjoyment out of like creating something. Like, you know, like you could create this drawing that I'm doing right now on AI in probably about 5 minutes if you put in the right prompts. And then people are going to say, yeah, well, I'm an artist. I did that. And you're like, nah, you know, you really didn't. But that's how they're going to view stuff, you know?
They're getting them accustomed to communism and you know, and socialism and all. You will own nothing.
Yeah.
You know, you won't need to work. The computer will tell you what to do.
It is kind of creepy how close we're getting to a actual, you know, 1984 scenario.
Mm-hmm. Sad but true.
Yeah. And it's funny how history just keeps on repeating itself, even though we're supposed to learn from history. No one ever seems to quite figure that out either. I talked about this meme that I saw. I guess it's called a meme, whatever. That has a picture of a Wilbur and Orville Wright with their plane, you know, the first plane, and then right next to it is a picture of, you know, like Lance Armstrong or somebody walking on the moon. It's like these two things happened within 60 years of each other.
Yeah,
I mean, that's freaking unbelievable to think that.
Completely.
And it's like we could be that close to like losing traditional art, where you could see a picture of you know, Frazetta painting, and then right next to it a guy with an AI screen going, yeah, this happened within 60 years. Went from dudes using a brush to guys just pushing a couple buttons.
Yeah. I mean, I think Leyendecker, Rockwell, and whomever else that you can name, it'll always be there, but it'll be in the form of AI in its interpretation or its library, you know, but I don't know if it'll be a looked up thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. I assume we're still going to have museums where people go, oh, look at this old archaic painting.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, we have museums now, but all these museums were created when we still were doing stuff the same way the masters were, right? They were just the first ones to do it, so we were looking at it and appreciating it. But that's not how it's going to be, though.
Yeah.
I also think I've got my hero Carson Taylor has a little jet flyer thing. I think I finally figured out my design on it, what I'm going to go with. So that's been holding up this page because he's on the flyer on this page I'm working on. I'm like, I gotta figure this out before I'm just going to just start drawing stuff and hope it works out. Which I used to do, you know, design on the page kind of stuff for Marvel and DC, because let's be honest, they didn't pay us to design stuff.
Yeah.
But they expected us to do it.
Yep. And they would suggest it so subtly. Yeah, just design it however you like. And, it doesn't make you go, hey, wait. Do I get extra pay for this? No.
Yeah, and they're like,
it's so matter of fact. No, just design. I'm like, Is that in my contract? And if you fight it, oh, you're being difficult.
Yeah. Well, that's funny though, because as a younger artist, they made you like feel like they were doing you a favor by letting you, oh yeah, you can design the Spider-Man villain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. I can design a Spider, and then you're like, oh, and then he's 20 years later you see it in a movie and you're like, how come I'm not getting any money for that?
Yeah. Yep.
But I got kind of wise to that as I got a little older.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, but you get in a position though sometimes where you're like, when I worked on Amethyst, I literally had to design everything. The cities, the characters, what they were wearing, a couple of creatures that they had to, fly around on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you just did it because, that was the job, right? But you sit there and think about it. We were getting paid to draw the book, not design the book and draw the book.
Yeah.
So like if you worked at an effects house, right? Like a special effects place, you have character designers in there whose job is to design the character, but then you have guys in there that are paid to execute that design and make it into a whatever, a puppet or a monster or something practical. But in comics, it was never like that.
Yeah.
We never thought about it.
I got to do tighten up on not a stream, so I'll work on this later. But I got the general idea down.
All right. Well, we'll do a stream later in the week and see if we can finish these up.
Yep. Peace out, Matthew Muma.
Are you leaving right now?
No, he just said he has to go. Have a
okay.
Great one.
Sean Willett says, have comic artists ever had another artist do all the backgrounds? Yeah.
Wish.
One thing I know that did was, isn't that what Dave Sim did?
Yeah. Jim Lee had people assisting him, but not a lot, like when those deadline crunches, knocking out backgrounds for him. Like they'll do a rough layout and then he'll tighten it up, and then sometimes Will Spartacchio would come in there and do some inks on certain, and they were just passing it around. This was in the early days of the X-Men. They were all in an apartment, and they would help each other. Like you almost couldn't tell who was doing what. Right. But then when you actually are aficionados on those artists and stuff, you could look back and go, oh, that's totally Will Spartacchio. What I mean?
Yeah. I never was in a position where I had, the money to like hire an assistant to help me.
Well, they were all helping one another. They truly treated it like it was a studio all for one and one for all type thing.
Yeah. Well, we did, I'm going to say we did a little bit of that in the Studiosaurus days back in the 90s in the studio I was in. In fact, I got some pictures of those too. I found. I'll show those again on Graybeards.
Cool.
And, but we had a couple of projects where you'd help somebody out that had to make a deadline or something, like you said.
Yeah.
But a lot of times what happened was someone would get behind and you'd get hired by that person's editor to help out, or that guy would pay you a guy needs you to do like 5 pages or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he would, he'd get paid, then he'd pay you for doing the 5 pages.
Yeah.
I actually, Gary was inking, what's that guy's name? Sean something. Sean, Asian guy. What the heck was his name? He did a lot of stuff. Started out at
Shaun of the Dead.
Are you kidding me? At Valiant. And he was doing Bloodshot. Gary was inking it. And I had to ink a page. So I had to ink like Gary, which I did initially when because he was like kind of my inking mentor back in the day, Gary was. And so I did ink a page.
Sean Chen. Sean Chen.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, chat.
The chat knows stuff.
Yes, they do. Smart chat on the internet.
That's right, and their recall is way better than ours is. But so yeah, I inked a page of Bloodshot with for Gary. I might have inked 2 pages now that I think about it. I think I still have one of those pages sitting there in someplace in my files. But yeah, we did that stuff. We got some commercial jobs too that we used to like. Yeah, you draw the people, I'll draw the cars, and that kind of thing.
When I was working, I did some work at DC, and it was a Legion of Superheroes issue, which I hated doing. It was a very popular book. It was when, excuse me, what's the Keith Giffen wrote it.
Yeah,
and he was doing that 9-page grid thing.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I was so confined, and I needed work. And when I think Legion of Superheroes, I'm thinking, old Mike Grell, or
Yeah.
or the oversized Legion of Superheroes, where I could just flex.
Yep.
I was confined in a stupid little 9-grid thing, and I had Carl Kiesel inking it, and not Kiesel, Carl Story.
Yeah.
I was so excited to have Carl Story, but everything is so small and truncated, and
right.
Can't really flex. So, admittedly, it wasn't my best work, but apparently they were passing around my pages like joints, and they were, because drawing that size, it's like inking a trading card.
Yeah.
So all the guys in Gaijin were taking turns inking a panel, and Adam goes, "Hey, what did you think of such and such page or panel on such and such page?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, like Carl did a good job." He goes, "That wasn't Carl. That was me." I was like, "What?" So Adam Hughes inked some of that stuff, and I think Johnson, and whoever was in Gaijin at that time were taking turns. I was just like, "Oh, that's cool." I didn't have no nostalgia for it because I couldn't discern it, so I sold that stuff quick.
If only you'd saved that Adam Hughes panel.
Yeah, right. But if I would have, don't even get me started. If it was just a big book and they say, "Hey, Adam, can you ink this splash page?" That thing would have never left my,
Yeah.
It would have been in some portfolio somewhere or on my wall,
Speaking of that, when CrossGen was going under,
mm-hmm.
I was doing Mystic. They canceled Mystic, but they still had an obligation to do like some Lady Death stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was working on this medieval Lady Death story, and it wasn't the how should we say, the adult version of Lady Death. This was more like they had her she was covered up, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
And so it was this medieval story, and I did this splash page, and I went over to Jimmy Chung, and I can't remember. Oh, because Jimmy was I think Jimmy was inking his own stuff at that point.
Yeah.
And I said, Jimmy, ink this page for me. Because I want to have, because I knew the place was going under.
Yeah.
So I said, like, dude, this is because he was actually, the funny thing is he was doing Hulk covers in the studio, while still on the payroll. I mean, I was doing the same thing. I was doing Captain Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Because everybody knew it was, it was going under. So I got him to ink the splash page of Lady Death, and it wasn't. I did something because he's like, oh, I don't have time. I go, I'll make it simple. So it's just like this down shot of Lady Death and this other dude, and there's like these bugs that are kind of like firefly type things that are descending on them, and so. And he inked it, and I still got it. I still got that Jimmy Chung inked page of mine.
You got to show like a larger show and tell on one of your shows, and just and this and this and that. You know what I mean?
I got this, and yeah. Well, it is kind of cool because stuff like that you don't think about that much, but then when you're talking about it, people are like, "Oh, Jimmy Chung, what did that look like?" Or. And I get it. It is kind of cool. And you're right. I should quit talking about it and start doing.
Yeah, that's right.
Stuff. All right, guys. My pencil drawing is pretty much done. I haven't really detailed it up too much, but you can see what's going on there. And then I put a little jungle back there too.
Go full screen. You're just talking about it. There you go.
See, there you go.
Wow.
So you got your big T-Rex there. I made his arms way too big, but that's because I wanted to. That was on purpose. So
I like just this displaying of his legs. It has a lot of movement to it.
Look at his thank you. His tail is like blowing in the wind, just like her hair.
There you go. Something was going to blow in the wind.
Yeah, that's right. See, look at her hair is kind of flowing here a little bit.
Sure. See, with her legs, she's tucking it real tight so her skirt won't fly.
That's right. Exactly. Oh, I got to do a little. I probably have some. I could have some skirt flowing over here, I think. Yeah. Past Master Dan says, "How come cave women are hot and cavemen are dolts?" Well, here's the thing. There is actually, when you read the story, there is an explanation of why she's, a hot chick and why there's like these monkey cavemen running around. It's not just, it's not just like 1 million years BC where you just like, hire all these supermodels to be cave women and all these, ugly dudes to be cave
You don't
men.
want to see a real cave woman because if you do, you just move to Portland. All fat and hairy.
Yeah. Now, I like what you got going here. This is going to be a really cool piece.
Yeah, thanks. I just had to figure out how she would look, running, and I had to have the hair flowing somehow, some way.
There you go. No, that's really, really cool, man. I like that. Can't wait to see the finished piece. All right, so we'll probably be back like on either Thursday or Friday and do another one of these and kind of bring these things to closer state of completion. You guys, there is, of course, right now, when I'm about to end the show, we have our biggest audience. It's all the way it always works. But please consider backing Barbaric Adventures if you have not done so already. I'm not going to do another 10-minute dissertation, but you have all the cover options here featuring Joe Jusko as well, and covers by me, David, and Dan. There's some interior page work. On these Indiegogo pages, you just keep scrolling all the way down to the bottom before you get to the actual rewards you can order and the add-ons and stuff. So there's the only thing on the side is the 4-pack plus. It's pinned up there because I think that's a pretty good deal along with the big Barbaric box. Those are your two best deals in this campaign. We're trying to get to 400 backers as quickly as possible, because once we get to 400 backers, we will raffle off some artwork for you guys So one lucky winner is going to get some free artwork. And I did contact the guy that I was able to dig up people's backer numbers on the new Indiegogo page. It took me quite a while to figure it out, but I did figure it out. So I was able to contact the guy who won. And so that piece, that Conan piece from last week, is gone, and we'll be going to the winner, which was number 134. So next, as soon as we hit 400 backers, we will do another art raffle. And if you're a backer, you have a chance to win. So there you go. Links in the description of this video take you right to the campaign. It's pinned to the top of the chat. It's on my homepage on Twitter or X. And you can also just go to Indiegogo, type in Aaron Lopresti, or type in Barbaric Adventures, and it will take you right to the campaign. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Thank you guys for joining us. Check out Comicsgate Kings tonight and Graybeard Studio on Wednesday. I'll be putting up the poll right after the show. So keep your eyes on X for the Graybeard Studio poll so you can vote on what we draw on Wednesday. Until next time, everybody, take care. Bye.